Hello and welcome to PlayStation Best Friends presents Faster Than Reloading episode 12 for the week of July 5th, 2020. We're dropping every week to give you the rundown on all the latest gaming news you could possibly need. My name is Anthony Palm, and joining me, as always, Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
What's going on, guys?
And the Manhattan bad boy, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up? I thought you'd do some new alliteration. I was actually kind of...
I can make one. I'll make one up for next week, but I was thinking on
the
the
Manhattan Menace, the Manhattan Monster,
I'll think of something
the
for next
City
week.
Cooch. What's up, Miguel?
Jeffrey,
Closer to the mic?
Jeff moved to Manhattan, so that's why.
Back up a little bit.
Oh, back up. Okay, word. I was like eating the mic. Yeah,
You're right on the
You
mic,
can do it a
bro.
little closer.
Oh my god, closer? Is it this one good? Is it
Just don't need the mic,
there.
all right?
Right there is good.
It's called a snowball, bro. But yeah, no, I moved locations.
You said she snowballed him. No, I did.
Nice.
You sucked that guy dick? I'm
Clerks.
37?
I don't know what's going on. All right.
You never saw the movie Clerks?
No.
When Dante's girlfriend sucked 37 dicks?
Well, telling him the scene wouldn't help if you never saw the movie. Yes, I moved to Manhattan. I have a lit apartment. If you could see the YouTube video, I have a Millennium Falcon Star Wars bed sheets.
YouTube.com/faster-than-reloading.
Faster than reloading. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Got my same exact setup. A bunch of people in the apartment have Switches. We play a lot of Mario Kart. Gonna be fun times.
And if you're an audio listener, me and Anthony are naked right now. If you want to go check it out, go for it.
We're not naked, but we're showing our shoulders.
Come on, bro.
That's basically naked for me, showing my shoulders. I'm showing off my terrible Alkaline Trio tattoo that I need to... I can't even cover it up because it's all black, but I need to touch it up or something. It's terrible. I got it as I
Yo, speaking of touching up, y'all saw Hamilton on Disney Plus?
Not yet.
No.
Amazing.
No,
Oh my god, amazing. Really worth the watch. It's long. It's a play, I guess, but it's worth the watch.
Oh, yo, Miguel, did you see Umbrella Academy's coming back in 2 weeks?
Yeah, 31st, I think.
Oh, the end of the month.
30 or 31st.
The boys.
The boys.
The boys. Dude, I cannot
Boys
wait.
season 2, baby.
Did you did you ever read the comic or anything or no?
No, I had no clue, dude.
I was going to read the comic after I finished
heard
season
it's
1.
good.
Yeah, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to confuse which characters, the two stories, because there are differences. But so I'm so excited for more of the boys content. That's of course the Amazon Instant Video, Prime Video show.
Series, yeah.
But this podcast is about video games, so let's talk about what we've been playing. I don't know if you've really been playing anything, Jeff. Have you played much since you've been moving all
Yeah,
week and shit?
so funny enough, I was actually thinking about that.
Oh, he has to be playing. Come on.
Yes.
It's Jeff.
Since I beat Last of Us, I haven't really started a new game. A little bit Xenoblade Chronicles I got from GameFly. I got SpongeBob from GameFly. I haven't started that yet. But I've really been using this post Last of Us 2 clarity to jump back into Destiny, funny enough. And been going pretty hard on that. Not
I've been slacking.
pretty hard, but not hard as I used to, but mild. All my characters are now above 1060, which is very nice. Done the dungeon a couple times. Yeah, so just enjoying that, doing the season's grind. There's weekly shit every week. There's a weekly mission, a little cutscene. Barely a cutscene, more like just dialogue. But yeah, that's been mostly my playtime. D2 back at it again.
Yeah, I gotta catch up. I'm so behind. I haven't done any.
Hey dude, speaking of, it's not on the news, but this week, this Tuesday, is the beginning of, I think, Moments of Triumph. I don't think it's
Is that the year 3 lead up to year 4 or whatever?
There's 2 events. One is the entire summer. One is just in a month. I'm fucking up the names. One's Solstice of Heroes. One's Moments of Triumphs. I think Moments of Triumphs come first. However, also in 2 days is 7/7, which Xbox fans I guess would know as Bungie Day. So Bungie usually every year it could be an announcement when it's an off year for them when they have no big game. Could just be here's a little video of our development studio, or something as big as a larger announcement. So we'll see if Bungie has anything cooking up for 7/7. But yeah, I've been back in it. How about you fellas? What you been up to?
I feel like Miguel has played 9 different games since I last talked to him. He's like, hey, you guys heard of this? You guys played this? You guys heard of this?
Every game.
Every game available on the PS5, I played.
PS4.
already. Oh, embargoes. Fuck, I can't talk about. Nah.
Nice.
I have played a little bit of Modern Warfare.
Slack
Boring
that.
game.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, I slacked that.
Just
I like
boring
tried to
after
force
it.
myself to play it because it's double pass
Like,
XP, and I just can't even force myself to play it.
It's too boring.
Just quickly on that, did you guys play the 200 player or the Juggernaut Royale or not really?
Too many people. I hate it.
Yeah.
I seen clips of people like getting the Juggernaut, and it seems like it's amazing. But like when you have that,
Juggernaut.
Yeah, the Juggernaut. But like, I don't know, dude. I just don't like Warzone. Like, I just do not like it.
I'm wearing like it's wearing my patience thin. I'm kind of like fading off. I really only play just to talk to people. Just talk to friends that I don't normally play with, Xbox people, things like
Think
that.
you'll go back to Blackout?
Why are you wearing out?
Think I go back to why am I wearing out?
Yes.
Just so much bullshit. It really, dude. I was
Is
shooting
the audio
a guy. I had
still
to, like,
broken?
The
Yeah.
audio's still broken. You only gunfights are RNG. It's literally RNG based on
100%.
what the server fucking feels like it. I'm putting bolts into a guy, and it's like not taking any damage off, and I
And then
understand.
he turns around
like,
and kills you after you start shooting first.
yeah, it's like I understand. It's not the game's not whatever the game's. Well, I understand the game's broken, and it's a server issues, and they gotta fix this shit. I just said earlier I have
not gonna fix
300 down.
The problem is Activision
megabytes.
has a gajillion dollars. Fucking fix. Like, we complain about Warface Breakout and how they won't fix it, but they're a very tiny studio with very few people working on this. There's no excuse for Infinity
And they-
Ward
dude,
and Activision. They have so much money, so many resources, so many people. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe that is.
That's
the-
why I'm more
Wars.
willing to kind of cut the Warface Breakout team a break, because even though I'm not playing it right now because I know it's broken, I'm at least like understanding they are a smaller team. I can't expect them to update it as fast as Fortnite or Call of Duty gets updated.
Yeah.
But there's no
Context is
excuse.
always
There's no
good.
excuse for Modern Warfare, man.
I got my second host migration while playing multiplayer. So
Oh, multiple. I thought you were gonna say in the
This
middle of a Warzone match. I was like,
this
whoa.
week I seen it happen on Warzone too. I seen clips of
Dude,
that.
you know what's so sad? That essentially all the rumors right now are that Black Ops Call of Duty 2020 is going to continue to expand on Warzone,
So it seems that it's gonna be
like another map or something.
Warzone,
or-
another
yeah.
map, and they're gonna keep the doors and all that stuff. But the actual multiplayer is gonna feel like a Treyarch game, which is
more Black Ops.
like, oh my god,
But
can't wait.
of course, I've expressed that I like Blackout more than Warzone. So, like, seeing them continue on this, what do you call it, play space, I guess, or not? I don't want to say engine, but like, it's like,
Yeah,
this,
like the
continuity,
the
yeah.
feel of the game and everything.
Yeah.
Definitely
it's
feels
gonna
different.
depend
from,
on the placement of the buildings, bro. I just think there's so many buildings on.
No, but even dude,
I think the
not
map
too many
itself is
buildings. There's
bullshit
too
of-
many levels in the buildings, which is my problem.
I kind of like that. I
But I
honestly
think
just I get
but it comes
frustrated at
down to the
bullshit
design
servers.
of it too, because we were playing another game we'll talk about in a minute. We were playing Hyperscape, and that has a lot of buildings and a lot of
Different
floors
gameplay.
in their buildings. Well, true, it's a lot faster too, but I think it comes down to level
further.
design. I think that the Warzone map is just way too big. I think that they need you to just like take like a cookie cutter and cut out just a chunk of the map. I think it's way too big.
More empty space. That's what it needs.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was gonna. I agree with that.
Because like 2/3 of the map is just buildings, bro.
Yeah.
And like the top part is like kind of open. That's where I like.
And
that.
you're getting a cluster of buildings like every 5 fucking seconds
what
of
it needs,
walking.
bro.
Yeah.
So you're moving towards a circle, but you always have to be on this defensive, looking at everything, and it's just too
Looking,
much. And
just-
especially for 200 players, where you're just encountering 4 stacks for just double the length of the normal game. Which it's a cool idea in theory, 200 players, but it's just endurance mode essentially.
Yep. For how much flack I used to give you, and it was mostly just in just being funny and making a joke out of it, but for how much shit I used to give you about Blackout, that map is way better than Warzone. I don't
Yeah.
care what anyone says.
My problem was just with the shield, which it seems like they fixed. Cause the shield, like, remember it was broken if you had level 3. Like it was like you were not
yeah,
using
level 3
in
armor,
Blackout,
that's a
yeah.
meme.
in Blackout. That was like my main problem, but it seems
Like,
like
I
it
almost want to
fixed
go
it,
back
but
and
it's
try
still,
Blackout
like,
and see how it feels.
Dude, do it. I jump into Blackout all the time. Alcatraz.
It's still
Get a quick,
popular. Oh, no, I don't want to do
Yeah.
Alcatraz. I want to do
Yeah.
the main map.
Yeah, you could play the regular mode. I mean, what's it called? Hot and Heavy is still the featured mode, which is Hot Pursuit and Heavy Metal, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
So yeah, what I don't know why I said that.
Oh,
What other games do you guys play?
I played that. I played Smite. Jump into that and
Ooh,
with
interesting.
with
PC or
PS4.
console?
With
Okay.
PS4. I played originally when it came out on the Xbox because I had an Xbox when I came out. I bought it. and I had friends that were playing it, and they were like, "Oh, just jump in, you're gonna like it." So I tried it. I was playing mainly arena. That's like the 5v5, and there's just like a little small circle.
like a MOBA, yeah.
Pretty much CDM, yeah.
It's like a MOBA, but without the lanes.
Yeah, pretty much. That was fun, like really fun. And then I'm like, why did I stop playing? So I downloaded the game. I got to level 5, and after that, it's just free for all, bro. I'm getting shit on left and right, bro. I broke a controller because I got so fucking pissed out. Like, I mean, destroy the controller because I was so fucking mad. I forgot why I stopped playing it.
Is it pay to win? Like when you get up to level 5,
really.
is it
No,
like,
it's
oh, I don't
like
have enough
level
heroes?
5.
No, it's
There's
like
like-
skins and stuff. Oh yeah, heroes you got to pay for, I guess.
Yeah. But like you get some decent ones, and then you could
And they give
buy
you one
for
of
the
each class
currency that
type,
you
so.
have. Yeah.
It's like the same as
it-
paladins, basically, like economy wise.
So you could save up and then buy a hero, whatever you like, whatever you
It's
want.
the same
like, you can
publisher, and
Yes.
I don't know if it's the same
The
studio. but it's the same
problem is
publisher
that,
as Paladins.
like, they're keeping you in a bracket from like level 1 to level 5. So it seems, I think I was going against like extra players going against like bots. And then after level
Fortnite
1, you
style.
can notice it. Like, it's like a huge change. Like, you're actually facing people. And like, if you're not, if you don't know, you still don't know like the mechanics and like the cards, abilities, and all that stuff, you're just gonna get destroyed. It's fun though. Like, I like it.
My
I'm still
brother
probably
was
gonna keep
really
playing it.
big into Smite. Like when it first launched on Xbox, he used to play on Xbox too.
It's
He was
fun.
really big into it. Like I never imagined him being like he's like a Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA, not even FIFA, like Call of Duty, Madden, like Battlefield, like that type of gamer. Like that's exclusively what he plays. And so when he was like, "Yeah, I'm like really hooked on Smite," I'm like, "What? A MOBA?" Like I just didn't picture that. So, but yeah, he used to be big on that too.
It doesn't feel like a MOBA.
Anthony, though, why haven't
That's my thing.
you jumped into Smite? They just added the avatar.
That's
Last I read
not
there.
in yet.
It's not in yet.
Because I
think it's
downloaded
not.
it. I downloaded it last night, hopped in, and I
Because
was like,
it
"Let me see
has.
if Avatar's in there or not." So,
So is
I'm gonna
that
try it
for
then.
someone like me who has an interest in an avatar, whatever? Is it you have to pay for that, or is that
it's part of the battle pass.
Battle pass?
I think it's part
is
of the
it,
battle pass.
Do you get? Okay, cool. So
So it's skins for existing characters, I think.
I don't know if you have to pay for the battle pass to get them, or is it just free stuff. I don't know.
yeah, like is it Black Ops 4 where if you just I think Black Ops 4 is so
I think you
unique
have to
in that
buy the
where it's
battle
like
pass. I mean, I have it
first tier is
downloaded
free.
just for when that comes out. I'll check it out, and if it's
Yeah,
too
we'll
expensive, I'll just
update
hold
the
on.
listeners next week on what's going on with Aang. But yeah, are there any other unique games, Miguel?
Miguel has like another
I
3 games to talk about. I feel
downloaded-
like.
I could talk for like an hour, dude.
Yeah,
another one that I
rattle them off. Rattle them off. What you play?
Space Lords. It's a free game.
Space Lords.
It's
Yeah.
they changed the name somewhere in the middle of the game.
Yeah. So when you go to
It's called
download the
something
game
else.
on PS4, it calls it something else. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, and I was like, it threw me off. I'm like, wait, am I downloading the right game? It is. It's like, it's PvE, which is cool, but sometimes there's like I forgot what it's called. Like someone extra player could come in and like try to mess you up your mission,
Like you like.
and
invade
if
you or something.
you're not successful, you're gonna get extra points or whatever. It gameplay wise, it feels like what's the name called? Gears? Oh, it's now just Gears, right? Xbox
of War?
game? Gears of War. It's just Gears, right? Okay, so it
Gears
feels
now
like
it's
Gears.
now it's called Gears 5 and Gears 4, but yeah, the
Okay,
name
it's
is
just
Gears
Gears
of
then.
War.
It does feel like that, like the mechanics. Like you slide, you like when you for cover, it's the same similar mechanics. You run with the same fucking button. Actually, no, you run with pressing L3, which is just a huge change in my opinion. It's okay. It's a free game. I just wanted to try it just because I'm like, what's this? What else have I played? I don't know if I mentioned, but I got the platinum on Last of Us last week.
Yeah, you talked about that last week.
I mentioned it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you gave the whole breakdown.
And after that, man, I was like, I don't know what else to play. I'm like, just give me goals already. Like PlayStation. How about if you send me the free copy? I'm just putting it out there.
Yo, dude, Ghost is gonna be
And
really
Apex.
wild.
I know. I can't wait. I'm so ready for it.
I know in the state of play they showed off the like gameplay, but I still feel like we're gonna be going into it like kind of blind in a way.
Yeah, we
No?
really
Are you
still
guys
don't
gonna
know that
vibe
much
at all?
more about it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel the same.
I'm good with
Yeah.
what I know. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Just,
No, that's why I'm like excited to be like just surprised. Like,
Yeah,
I remember
like,
the
I
first
still
time played
really
Infamous, Like,
I have an idea of what the game is gonna be, especially with the gameplay that they have shown. The last one that they showed, there was like 10 minutes. Open world, just fucking go through
Yeah.
missions, and then I'm sure to get the platinum, you're gonna have to like find stuff and collect, and it's gonna be similar to Horizon.
yeah,
I-
exactly. What's that gonna look like? You know, like after 20 hours of play this game, it's like
It's gonna be the map.
all the chat. Yeah, how big is the map gonna be? Is the UI stuff, the minimal UI stuff, gonna work? I'm hoping it will, of course. Yeah, no, that game I'm excited for very much. So,
I
Anthony,
really hope it's not bigger than Days Gone, man. Days Gone was like a good size until you got to the end, and then it had a whole nother area. And I was like, I'm really enjoying this, but holy shit, this is a large area.
the
to go
fact
through
that
again.
it was in development for so long, you know, since 2014, makes me think that it might be a ginormous game.
one?
Ghost of Tsushima, yeah.
I don't think that. I think they were like trying to make it like get up there with the 10s and the 9s, bro.
Like
I think
hours
they were
or
trying. No. I mean like
ratings, you're saying?
score
Yeah,
wise.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
I feel like they were trying. They're trying to get that game like up there so they could keep, make it a series instead of just
Well,
like
dude,
one
every-
game up and then it's like because
Every 10 out of 10 now is 25 hours, 20 hours. So it's like.
I wouldn't mind like
I
20,
think this
25 hours.
I think
of
this
that.
game's gonna be like
That'd
40
be
hours.
perfect.
I think this
that's
game's
what I
gonna get
feel.
30, 40 is what I think
35
as well.
to
But,
45, I think is what I'm gonna say.
I mean, dude, imagine
25 would be a
just
sweet spot.
it's just a 15-hour game. That like
I don't even know how many
hours.
hours I put into Days Gone because there wasn't a fucking timer in it. So like I think I put 40 hours into Days
there
Gone,
was.
but I don't know. Like no, there's not.
There was, but it's not accurate though.
I couldn't find anything at all. But
I think it's in the game saves, but I
Do we?
could be wrong. When you check the game
But
saves,
yeah, like I think
Do
I
you
played
think
Days
that
Gone
Ghost is
for like
gonna
40
have,
hours, but I have no idea. How about
Jeff.
Do you think Ghost is gonna have as many accessibility options as Last of Us 2 did, or do you think that they're on two different
No,
wavelengths in terms of like?
I think that
development?
Naughty Dog really went out of their way. I think it'll have
Yeah.
some, but not to the extent
I think
Last of Us did.
Last of Us was done for a while, and they were working on stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
like that's
it-
what
yeah.
that's the stuff that they added in later on.
Yeah.
Oh no, I personally think. I mean, of course we don't know, but I think that was like more intentional from like a year ago, or maybe even more, like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be. But either
so
way, yeah.
what I've
yeah,
been
Anthony, what you
playing-
play this week? Yeah.
I completely blame Ashley Johnson for what I've been playing because I had Take On Me in my head for the entire duration of The Last of Us, and then when I finished The Last of Us, I was like, fuck, I gotta go back to Metal Gear. So I've been playing The Phantom Pain like a lot in the past week, and I just don't know how anyone can think there is a better game this generation than Phantom Pain, gameplay wise. Like
God of War.
the gameplay loop of this game. God of War, it's I don't know. It's Metal Gear. It's I mean I guess if you're not a stealth fan, I guess it's different. But like I don't know, man. I
Isn't it
I
better,
love this
Hitman?
game
Better
so
for
much.
self?
It's different because Hitman is more
Stealth?
blending in and more of biding your time and more. It's not more or less stealth. It's just more of a. It's
Question for you then: what's a better stealth game, Hitman or what's the name of
It
it?
depends on your playstyle. If you're more of a methodical, using environmental clues type of game, if you're into that more, I would say Hitman. If you're into more of, having full control, being able to do whatever you want, go wherever you want, then I gotta say Phantom Pain. But I'm finally at the point because I originally played on Xbox, and I had 60 to 70 hours on that version, and I had like
Jesus.
all this R&D shit unlocked, and I was at the point where I was like a fucking god in the game when I was running. I would throw out an active stun decoy to distract one guy, throw a sleep grenade into the to knock 3 other guys out, and then I was at this point where I didn't even have to try on the Xbox version, and so basically starting over on PS4, I'm like finally starting to get all the tools that I use for stealth. Because when you first start out, it's like you basically have the tranq gun with a shitty suppressor on it. You have like no long range tranq weapons, and you really don't have that many kind of tools other than like a basic decoy, and like you can throw like empty magazines to distract people. So I'm finally starting to get all those tools unlocked again. I'm about to get quiet. I just found D-Dog as a baby, so I'm waiting for him to grow up.
Do you know? I mean, as someone, damn, you're in a new save file. Does it have New Game Plus?
I don't think so. No,
'Cause I want
because
to-
everything you can replay all the story missions, so there's really no reason to do a new game plus.
You know
I
what?
want to start it again with tutorials, so I just know what to do. However, I don't want to do the shit that you just said, where it's like you're still like slowly
Just
getting all
play
this
through the
stuff, you know?
story missions again. Because there's the cutscene story missions too that like walk you through things, and in the missions it still tells you like Ocelot will still like radio you being like, Snake, you got to do this, this, and this to do this, and you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I would say just go back and just like go through the first few. You know, you could skip the hospital if you want and skip like the first cutscene.
No, I want to play the hospital.
well.
Yeah, no, because I remember loving back in 2015. I loved like at the $100 edition. I loved Metal Gear Solid 5, but I don't know. I guess it's just been so long that like the actual
This game
is
it
just so,
still
like,
holds up. I was
forgotten,
worried it wasn't going to hold up still
to me.
and it's like,
Oh yeah, dude, hey, it's a
oh my
current gen
God,
game,
oh my
100%.
God. It's the Fox engine too, so I mean, oh my God,
Yeah.
I love
Great
this game
engine
so
for
much.
soccer games.
I was playing it yesterday and I literally was just like smiling playing it because I was just like, I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was like in the middle of a village trying to knock out all the guys because I had just got the new scope that lets you like scan people for higher rank like rankings so you can build your base better, and like I just went to my cassette player and just put on like the final countdown and just started running around tranking everyone, and like I was doing the thing where like I would scout out everything during the day and mark everyone during the day, pull out the phantom cigar, make it go to night, pull out the fucking night vision scope, and then like just run in with like my fucking smoke grenades and my fucking trank gun. Oh, I just fucking love the game.
I did mention to you guys that I wanted to download the game, re-download the game, and
Phantom
play
Pain?
that. Like I had like you talking and stuff like that. I'm like, I want to try it just for that first like hour, because that first hour was the best part of the game, bro.
Well, I think a lot of people were getting that for the rest of the game. Well, I knew what the game was because I
I
played Peace
wanted
Walker.
that.
Because Phantom Pain is basically just like HD Peace Walker. It's really what it is. Which is why
Dude,
I
that-
love it, because Peace Walker was
that
my
first
favorite Metal
hour-
Gear until Phantom Pain.
I was like, did you even find out who was the guy with the like the skull fucking guy running with on the horse or whatever? The one that
The
was
Man on
chasing you?
Fire? Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
had to play Metal Gear Solid 3 to know who that was. That was Colonel Volgin.
Dresden, right?
What?
Dude,
Volgin.
I was in
Dre-
that.
Dre-
Drebin was the...
Yeah, no, not Drebin. What's his name? Who is it from MGS3? Who's the bad guy in MGS3?
Volgin. Colonel Volgin.
Volgin, yeah, I don't want to say that.
Yevgeny Borisovich Volgin.
Dude, I was playing
Yeah, dude,
that.
why do you got those Volgin? I mean, oh, dude,
I mean,
that
I
whole
knew
game
the
was
second I
awesome.
saw him, I was like, "That's Volgin." So, like, I don't know, like to anyone that played Snake Eater,
didn't
it wasn't a
play three. I
surprise.
played
It
four.
was,
Well, you do. Wait, are you supposed to know it's Vulcan when you see him at the first time on the horse?
yeah, I mean, it looks exactly like him. You don't know if it's really him or not, but you know it
Yeah.
looks like him. Like, oh,
Dude,
that's
and the origins
clearly.
of Psycho Mantis and
And Eli, I'm so like mad we still didn't get to see the King of the
Eli
Flies
is
chapter,
actually
man.
Liquid Snake, right?
He actually is because the whole thing. And we're getting into spoilers of Phantom Pain. I mean, been out for 5 years, whatever. But the whole thing about like Eli not matching the DNA test with Venom because Venom's not really Big Boss.
Oh yeah,
Like
that, was
that
so
whole thing,
good.
because it's like it's supposed to like trick you, where it's like, oh, it's maybe
Yeah.
it's not liquid, but then it actually was liquid. So
I feel so bad. I think Kojima doesn't like 5. I think he looks at it as an
I think
unfinished
he
baby.
wanted to do what he
like what
started
5
the
is
first
now.
hour,
You know? Yeah.
and it's just like, hey, you're
sucks.
wasting too much time, and you got to do an open world, and that's what they did.
So is that
I guess
about
they
it?
nailed the mechanic, right? Supposedly
Yeah.
that's like the best like
oh my
sports
god,
looking,
yeah, it's
right?
the gameplay loop in that game is just so good, and like just the combat and everything.
Something else? Nothing?
Have you guys been playing anything else, or is it time to talk about shitty game companies?
Yeah, I don't think I played anything
yeah.
else that significantly that I could talk about.
If you have, it'll come up later in the show. But speaking of some really shitty companies, 2K is at it again with. I think people just assume the worst from them, so it's like this isn't even a big deal. It's like, dude, they've been doing fucking shitty VC shit forever.
It depends. But we'll talk about it.
Okay, yeah, also let me specify. I am not referring to the shitty thing being next-gen versions of NBA 2K21 will cost $10 more than the current-gen versions, because I personally think that's normal. We are due for a price increase in
agree.
video games. However, there is going to be no cross-buy, no smart delivery, no upgrades, nothing. Your options are to pay $100 and get the, honestly, I think, kind of offensive, using this edition to sell higher price games. But the Mamba Forever edition, which of course shows Kobe Bryant, and that is $100, and that pretty much just gives you both copies. If you want to get both copies, you kind of have to make this decision up front, because if you pay $60 for the base current generation version, you don't have an option to just pay $40. You will have to just pay $70 for the PS5 version. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
I think that's for the current gen to next gen. I think you're right.
Yeah, so you have to
buy the standard edition. That's the case.
Yeah, so you have to have the foresight to know, okay, I will be getting a PS5 and I want this to launch, so I'm paying $100, which is kind of ridiculous when we're seeing games like Cyberpunk and Marvel Avengers, all $60 games, and work on both systems. But yeah, I think this is a shitty move, the upgrade thing. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's even more stupid that if you buy the $100 edition on PS4, it gives you the $60 edition on PS5 free.
Great,
but then if you buy the $100
yeah.
edition on PS5 in advance, it gives you the $60 edition on PS4 free. What sense does that make?
I got
give me
something for this.
If you get the
Wait,
$100
it
edition on
makes sense.
PS4, give me the $100 edition on PS5.
It makes sense. Anthony, quickly listen to this. The $100 edition, the only difference is having both. So if you were to get the $100 edition on PS4, the $100 edition on PS5 is nothing different. It's just the $100 edition on PS5 is the base version of the PS5 version. Like, you understand? So there aren't extra features in the 100.
What?
Yeah, that's what's crazy. The only
What?
I was like, wait, what are the extra features that you're paying for?
I thought it was like
And
you get extra VC and shit like that.
No, it's this.
It's literally
yeah,
just the
that's-
base version. You just get a current gen copy
you
too.
just- Yeah, you're just getting the
That's
two
so
copies.
stupid.
That's what you're paying for.
That doesn't even
so
make
that's
sense.
why I think it's a little money, and especially for one of the best-selling games every year. Every year, one of the best-selling games every month. Miguel, you have any thoughts on it as well?
I think this is gonna stick. They're not gonna do the EA that they announced this and then they change, just because a lot of the people that play 2K are gonna buy it either way. This is why they still have the casino and all that stuff that they keep putting in the game and charge way too much for BC, because a lot of the people don't care. It's like with COD, right? Like, for years we complained about the loot boxes and stuff like that, and they finally
People
changed
still
it.
buy them. People
People are
throw
still
money at
gonna
it.
buy them,
But it's mostly
but
cosmetics.
now
at
it
this
looks
point.
better now for them, right? And it was getting to that point that EA got to, that they had to change because their image was just bad, especially with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Activision saw that and they're like, we're getting really close. How about if we just switch it? 2K, they're gonna keep doing it until they get to that point, until actually people start complaining, like not the hardcores, but the casual people.
There needs
And
to be
I
a
don't think
Bob
that's gonna happen.
Iger interfering with the game.
I don't think it's gonna
Incident,
happen until the game actually comes out and people start noticing that you're not gonna be able to get it for free or have to pay
But yeah.
$70 again. That's when I feel like people are gonna start complaining.
But I mean, it seems like 2K fans, NBA 2K fans, are like extremely tolerant to this shit. Like, would you not say their monetization models for the past 5 years have been extremely predatory?
I think it was
say the
that
same
there
thing
was
with
the
Madden.
1 year. What was it? 2
Alright,
years
fair.
ago. Was like really bad, and then they toned it down. And I feel like because it was
Yeah,
so
2
bad,
years
they toned it
ago
down.
was really, really bad.
People were like, "Oh, well, this is fine." Like, it's almost like because it was so bad that they kind of brainwashed them into thinking that the
Yeah.
normal bad is okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So this.
to a really bad point like 2 years ago, and then they tone it down. But
Like, didn't you have to pay VC for like cosmetic, like
for
my
the
player?
beer, bro, just
like-
to change the beer, and it was so expensive, dude. And every time you played a game, they didn't give you that much, like they used to in the games before that. So like it was really bad, and they toned it down. And right now, I mean, the backlash about this wasn't that huge, dude, with the casual people. So I don't see them changing it, honestly.
No, I don't see
Hey,
this
but
changing.
guess what? Look how nice 2K is, because NBA 2K21 will have My Team cross progression and a shared virtual currency wallet within the same.
But no, my career cross progression though. That's what everyone wants.
Not much, not really helpful. You guys just cut out for a second. You still there?
You cut out for a second.
Oh, that's great. So did you hear me say that it has cross progression and shared VC wallet?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, it does within the same console family, and then just some other bullet points. The Portland Trailblazers' Damian Lillard will be on the cover of the regular edition.
I'll stop you there.
Hit me.
That trailer for Dame was money, dude. It was money. That's probably the best trailer that 2K has done. You can keep going.
I'll have to watch it. And the New Orleans Pelicans, Zion Williamson will be on the cover of the standard edition for. Oh, I totally misread that. What?
That's
Which
why I was so
version is
confused.
Damian-
Because
Lillard, it's gonna be for the current consoles.
and then
Zion
Zion
is
the next
gonna
gen.
be Zion is gonna be for the next gen,
Next
and
gen.
Kobe obviously depends if
Is
you
the
get the
special
young
edition.
or the old. Yeah, so the young Kobe edition, it's for the current consoles,
Current gen.
and the old Kobe is for next gen.
Hey, I love the art. I love what they're doing. Multiple covers and shit. That's all cool, but I hate this shit. I was talking about.
I was so
earlier,
confused because I
and-
saw that, like, because originally they said Dame was
I
on
know,
the
I
cover,
was
and then a
reading the
week later
text,
they're
it was
like,
confusing.
Zion's on the cover, and I'm like, what? You just said Dame was on the cover, so that makes more sense that it's like, because didn't they do? Didn't EA do that with Madden, where like,
I mean, 2K
someone
has
was
done
on the
this
cover
for
of
a
the
while.
360 version, but then Adrian Peterson was on the next gen version. I don't remember who was on the original.
Unsure. Excuse me. But no, I think another takeaway from this, of course, is the fact that they are charging $70 for the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions. I think this is a little interesting just because it is a cross generation game. I would be more okay with $70 being the price for, you know, Last of Us 3, God of War 2, Horizon 2, like next gen games. But
Like clearly, this game is not going to have that many next gen enhancements.
Yeah, exactly. If it's really
So
old.
that's not what they said. They said that it's gonna be it's the new engine, the next gen. Supposedly it's gonna have from the ground up. They said this all the time.
Just say that They said
They-
that for the
Yeah.
PS4 and Xbox
thing,
One.
and it's gonna you
No,
know,
they
gonna have a
actually-
different stuff, and it's
To
like
their credit, hold on. To their credit, they did say a couple features in that image. If I could just pull it up, one of them was 2-second load times. How do I view the pictures in this conversation? Whatever. It was like 2-second load times, higher fidelity graphics, like that type of features.
But it's
Pretty
like,
much
yes,
smart
that's
delivery features,
obviously-
you know. Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
But yeah, it's not going to be.
Because it's
It's not.
better
They're not overhauling the engine. It's not going to be new character models.
No,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
it's the same game essentially.
A couple things about all this. First thing, if they have some backlash, I could see them like later on, like paying $10 to upgrade, like they did with the last gen. I can
No,
see that
they're-
actually
I don't-
happening.
dude,
Not
they have
for
the
for
chart,
the
they
standard.
fucking-
Standard. I mean, they could. EA did the same thing. Like a month later, they're like, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna like extend whatever the." They
got
could
the
do
chart,
that.
though. They got a chart. They're not gonna
Um,
change the chart.
They're not gonna change, dude. They don't give a fuck. But I think they might do that later on. Second thing, $70, like we already said, I think that's fine. Because I think $60 for what's been like
Since 2005, games are like $60.
I was
15
expecting
years.
70 last gen, well this current gen, honestly.
Yeah, I thought I was okay with PS4 being $70 in 2013.
But instead of that, I think
copy.
the controllers went up instead of the games. I'm alright with that. I don't know if the games that have been announced already are gonna move up to 70 or they're gonna stay in 60. That's my question.
I don't think there has yet been a fully next-gen game, exclusively next-gen game with a price.
I mean, this is not honestly.
That's what I'm saying. No, but like Horizon 2 doesn't have a price.
Cyberpunk does.
Cyberpunk is not exclusively next-gen. It's on PS4.
True.
Exclusively next-gen games. I don't think any of them have prices yet. I mean, if you can think of them, let me know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, no, I was.
I know there's something that was in my mind earlier, but I can't remember. If I,
Also, just clarifying from what we were saying earlier, on the chart it says built for next gen. The next generation copies of 2K21 have, quote, unbeatable graphic fidelity, 2-second load speeds, new gameplay features, expanded game modes. So whatever the fuck that means, but yeah, I think more or less the same.
how about
programs.
the servers? Are they gonna be better? Especially at launch.
Worse servers.
That's my question.
Yeah, so I mean, Anthony, any thoughts on $70 games, or I think we all are in agreement on the sentiment?
Yeah,
there?
I mean, obviously, I would like to not have to spend more, but I get it. I'm not going to complain about it.
Yeah, they cost to make. Speaking of games that cost probably less to make, PlayStation on July 1st announced a PlayStation Indies, which was like a day of announcing 9 games. Shuhei Yoshida actually made the blog post. And here are the 9 games. I kind of like how the headlines kind of give a little understanding what the game is. Worms Rumble brings real-time multiplayer action to PS4 and PS5. Haven is a chill co-op adventure coming to PS4, PS5. Carto, a charming, innovative puzzle adventure coming to PS4. Hacking-themed platformer Recompile is coming to PS5. Where the Heart is, a narrative adventure between truth and fiction. Winter 2020, PS4. That's an interesting one. It's after PS5, but not coming to PS5. The recursive world simulation and puzzle-making process Maquette. No other information there. Action platformer Fist, forged in Shadow Torch, coming to PS4. Heavenly Bodies, PS5 and PS4. Exploring ambiguity in creeks, coming to PS4 this summer. That's not even. That's not
It's cool that those are all mostly PS4 games.
Yeah, only one exclusively PS5 game.
And I'm gonna assume that most of them are eventually gonna go into the PS5
with some backwards compatibility. Yeah,
hopefully. From all these games, Fist is the one that grabbed my attention.
Okay.
That gameplay for that looks really rad.
He plays a little rabbit.
Yeah, rabbit with a big ass fucking arm, mechanical arm. It's hilarious. Just look at the rabbit, dude.
Yeah, it looks like a cool game. It's
so
2D diesel punk in the Unreal 4 engine, so it already has some good tech behind it. It kind of looks like one of those small teams, but really making a really high graphic.
Graphically, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I mean, Where the Heart is looks like a straight up me game, so I'm down for that.
Yeah, definitely something here for everyone. Make sure to check out these indies. I of course appreciate heavily that PlayStation is now going back to the PS4
early days
rule book of hey, maybe we should pay attention to indies because it's a cheap way to get attention. It kind of seemed like they were forgetting indies going into the PS5, so good seeing that we're still there. Moving on, Dreams got announced. Of course, we know this since 2013, but Dreams is getting PSVR support, or whenever Dreams was first announced. On July 22nd, they released a little trailer, and the creations, the Dreams made up in this VR mode look amazing. Definitely going to have me coming back to check those, especially, for some quick PSVR content.
Yeah, I'm excited to just have another thing to do in VR. And I already own Dreams, so I'm not paying extra for this. So I'm excited. I think Dreams, I really hope Dreams kind of carries over kind of seamlessly to PS5. I mean, obviously we assume it'll be backwards compatible, but I hope that they continue to support it and continue to give content creators that platform going forward as well. Because I think with the power of the PS5 and Dreams, I think people could do people have already done some really crazy shit, but I think that going forward, Dreams could do even more wild stuff on next gen.
Couldn't agree more. Next up, I know very little about this, so you guys will have to fill it in, but Ubisoft has fully revealed Hyperscape, a FPS battle royale game that has kind of been leaked and teased over the past couple days. It's a free-to-play game coming to PC, Xbox One, PS4 for a summer 2020 release, starting with a short closed technical test this week, with more phases to follow in the build up to full release. So why has this caught your guys' attention?
Because I told Miguel to play it. Is really why he played it. I'm not really sure how he feels about it. He seemed like he thought it was okay when we were playing it. First of all, just to kind of explain what the game is, it's a battle royale. It takes place in a city, think almost like a Spider-Man New York City type of that kind of vibe. Almost like what was the city in Borderlands 2 towards the end when you're going to find Handsome Jack, the Hyperion city? It's kind of like that a little bit mixed with kind of New York. But you have double jumps, you have all these abilities that let you kind of scale the city, scale the buildings, and do there's these jump pads and stuff. It's kind of what I originally thought a Titanfall battle royale would be before Apex Legends came out, and then obviously it was
without the wall running.
Yeah. So there's no wall running, but it kind of is what I thought Titanfall battle royale would be. Whereas Apex kind of went in its own direction, and it's more of a straight up shooter than it is a Titanfall game. I thought it was fun. I think that they definitely need to balance some of the guns, which would be, we're playing the tech test, so obviously everything's subject to change. I think some of the guns need to get buffed. The standard assault rifle type guns need to go up a lot. Like they are useless. They're useless. So I think that, and I'm sure they're hearing that, and I'm sure they'll buff those a bit. But the abilities seem really cool. I really like there's like a bunch of different abilities you can pick up. They're called hacks. There's one called Slam, which if you think almost like Crackdown, where you're able to like jump super far.
I was thinking
leap super far into
that Halo Grand Slam that you had on the new one.
Okay,
It felt the same way.
I was thinking more like Crackdown, where it makes you leap really high into the air and then slam down. There's like different abilities where you can put a wall up between you and an enemy. There's a healing one. You can drop a mine. But the cool thing about the game is that you can do what's called fusing. So if you have a gun and you find another copy of that gun, you can fuse the one on the ground to level up your current gun up to I think level 5. So that's really cool. Like the more looting you do, the more you find a similar item that you want to use, the more powerful it'll be, the more features it has. So I thought that's really cool. I really like the layout of the map. I really like it's very vertical. It's a little more condensed than obviously it's not as big as like Warzone or anything like that. But traversal feels pretty natural if you're coming from a Titanfall background. And this is Ubisoft, so it's not anything related to Titanfall. I'm just comparing it to that because that's the best comparison I could think of. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's obviously the tech test, so I'm curious to see what the balance tweaks are going to be going into the actual launch of the game. I don't think the console release is going to be at the same time as PC. I hope it is, because I would like to try it on PS4, but I don't think it's coming out quite at the start of when the actual open PC version launches. But Miguel, what did you think about it?
So the game comes out on PC on July 12th. That's when they're planning to release the game on PC. And for the consoles, it's just a summer. Like I'm thinking it might release on the same day for consoles, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I just don't think there's any information on it. Like we don't. It could come out same day. It could come out.
That's
in September,
what I'm thinking, but who knows? Like, hey, it's out now for consoles too. You could go download it. I like the game. It's okay. My problem with the game, there's points that, that's probably me playing on PC because it's hard to hit people when they're flying around, they're jumping and stuff like that, and I don't know how that's gonna translate on console with the controller. Because with mouse, if you're accurate and you have
it'll be like Titanfall.
I could see that, but the big bounces that you get sometimes, it's just unless you're really accurate, you're not gonna hit them. Like when I'm shooting the gauntlet gun, right? And I wasn't hitting any shot, dude, and they're right in front of me. I don't know if the hit detection was bad or it's just me missing every shot.
Yeah, that's the one thing I want to say is that the servers felt very good. It didn't. I didn't really have any glitches. I didn't have any lag spikes. I didn't have any frame drops. The game felt really good. It felt really smooth. Servers felt really good. That was the one thing I was most impressed with. Yep. Is that for Ubisoft's really first real game like this, because I don't think they have any other games like this, right? Do they what other multiplayer games do they even have, really? Well, Siege, I guess.
Siege. And the server sometimes are not that good there.
Yeah. So I was very I was very impressed with the way the servers ran. Granted, I mean, it's a lot smaller of a sample size because it's a tech test, and once it's open to the world, who knows what it'll feel like. But for now, it feels pretty good server-wise.
It felt really good. I was actually,
I had zero issues with servers.
That's how it was. Something else you gonna mention or no?
What?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of it so far for that game.
Until it comes out.
Yeah, the more I play it, for Jeff, is Jeff gonna try it?
Oh,
are you interested in it?
No. Will you try it? It's gonna be free. Will you try it if it comes with a PS4?
If it comes to console, I'll throw it a download and I'll throw it a game. Yeah. I'm saying when it. Sorry, I don't know. Said with. When it comes to console, I mean, I tried the H1Z1. I gave what do you call it, Realm Morale a try once. You know, I give no, I didn't play Radical Heights, but I tried giving all battle royales. You know, at least one game. You try Radical Heights, dude. That's true. I saw videos. That
was
looked like
fun,
a mess.
dude.
But yes, this definitely doesn't have me so interested that I would play it on PC, but we'll see. Moving on in game-related news, this actually had me pretty hyped the other day. Fallout show coming to Amazon Prime Video from Westworld creators. That's pretty much all we know now. But yeah, there's so many possibilities where they could go with this. The Fallout world is so vast. It could be a show about maybe the beginning of the nuke. So maybe some government stuff and how the nuke went off, or maybe using that as a flashback thing where it's telling the story of a group that came from before. I don't know. There's so much possibility with the Fallout story. Maybe even just incorporate super mutants into it, and I hope it's not retreading any stories we've done already. I hope it's not a New Vegas story. I hope it's not a Washington D.C. story. However, I hope it is canon. I hope it does fit in with the overall Fallout universe, because Fallout 4 does reference Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. They talk about each other. They reference the Wasteland. They reference the Commonwealth. So I hope it stays true to that. But for the most part, I'm really excited for this. It's probably a 2 years off. I think. I don't think we have a date for the when this is going to air. But 2 years sounds about right, just in terms of how production works, and especially with coronavirus right now. You guys aren't that big into Fallout, but I'm sure you're aware of the Fallout story. Does a show within that univerce?
I mean, it's going to run better than 14 frames per second, so I'll check it out.
Yeah, hopefully
I'm
24
gonna
frames.
assume that it will.
I'm going to assume there's going to be no technical issues with this, so I'll give it a shot.
The title theme is just the loading screen for 2 minutes, just says with the little tip.
the little countdown.
Yeah, you can't skip intro.
And it's gonna look how the game looks. That'd be great. Just imagine that.
No,
I'm interested in this stuff. I would have preferred an Elder Scrolls show, but that's just
we
me
have The
because
Witcher,
I prefer
we have
Elder
Thrones.
Scrolls. I know, but Elder Scrolls is great because there's not I don't know. I just want a Daedra show of just
Those are cool.
of what's his name with the Wabbajack? What was that? The Daedric.
I forgot what he was called, but yeah, he gives you the Wabbajack stick.
Yeah, he's he's basically the Loki of
Elder
Scrolls.
I don't think it's Mal. Yeah, I'm blanking on the name, but
I don't remember his name. It's been a while. But yeah, I mean, this is cool though.
My favorite. Yeah, Miguel, has you, and I don't know you play Fallout, but do you know the Fallout story, the main gist of it?
No. I mean, I know that the thing goes off and you go out and fucking try to discover shit.
No, but pretty much in this world, it's instead of inventing the supercomputer, not supercomputer, the microchip in the 50s, the world just relies on nuclear energy and gas stuff and shit like that. So that's why they have all these futuristic shit, but it's still all green and stuff, and that's why
it's still in the 50s, but they're
exactly. Yeah. So they kept that 50s mentality. They never moved on from that. And then in 2077, nukes go off, and then 200 years later, you come out of the vault. So yeah, I mean, dude, you tell it to any fucking TV producer in an elevator, and I think they'd be interested. So excited to see where this is gonna go.
I hope it has nothing to do with the game.
Well, I don't think story-wise, I don't think it. It'll have what Jeff just said as part of the plot, but I don't think the story, the direct story of the game's character-wise, will have anything to do with it. I don't think it'll be anything to do with the main character's dad was a guy that died in the thing, and then you have to go find this.
I mean, have Vault 101, have Vault 111 referenced just for cool shit, but yeah, don't put him in the game.
It'd be cool if you got to go to what was the town with the nuke?
Megaton. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if Megaton showed up, or maybe referenced, but yeah, come up with a new story. There's so much possibility within that universe. Next up, Fortnite saves the world, or I guess Fortnite ends early access. However, we all expected Fortnite Save the World, the PvE mode, to become free at some point.
That's what they said.
That is what they said. Yeah, we didn't expect that based off nothing. They openly admitted that a couple of years ago, but just this past week, Epic has said that Fortnite Save the World will not be free, and will actually no longer be getting continued support. So that's still a paid mode, but it's kind of like, sent to the grave, more or less.
Hold on. As Save the World winds down, its content will rotate for replayability purposes. A new Ventures mode is coming to the game too, which will feature new season-long excursions in zones with new and unique modifiers to tackle. So basically, they're just like recycling assets as a way of creating quote-unquote new content. That's like...
Well, yeah, it seems like
I
they're
would
just
feel
putting
so
it on
hard done by
autopilot.
if I was like a hardcore Save the World fan.
I mean, Destiny 1 still does that, where every week there's different strike modifiers, but that's just.
But there was a Destiny 2. There's not a Fortnite Saves the World 2. You know what I mean? I mean, whatever.
True.
No.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's a bajillion more people playing Battle Royale than there are playing Save the World. So,
I'm speaking for people I don't even know exist, but I'm assuming exist.
I think Andrew Renee is like one of the only 3 people that like.
Is playing Save the World. Yeah.
So
I thought it was cool. My buddy gave me one of the there was like he bought a founders pack. They gave him a couple codes to give to friends, and he gave me one. I thought it was fun, but I mean, whatever at this point.
I wanted to try it, and just because they said it was gonna be out for free, I just never got it. And at this point, I'm just not gonna get it because I was expecting it for free. They make so much money with Fortnite.
If it goes on sale for like $10,
I'm still not doing it.
I mean, it's fun. I do think you would like it. I think you would like it a lot more than Battle Royale.
Just for the principle, bro. I'm not getting it.
That's fair.
I don't understand
They make
exactly.
so much money.
It's so weird. Like,
just
why
Battle
not
Royale.
just throw
It's
it
like,
out there and
it's
maybe
already
people will
developed.
give microtransactions?
Yeah, they recouped the fucking investment into
And
the
they
resources.
did that like in the first month or two when Battle Royale came out. I was like,
It just doesn't make any
what?
sense to me. Why not give it out for free? Like, you're not hurting yourselves.
you know what? That's how
they're
they're gonna. They gotta justify how much they're paying, and probably the artists who come in and like do concert, sing a song for 3 minutes on fucking Fortnite.
I don't know.
Stupid as
I
that.
can't-
I feel like this was a prediction that I made when we started the original podcast
That it
2
would never
years
go
ago.
free?
That I said that summer it was going to be free to play, or whenever it was originally
As
coming
they
out.
said they gave a date to it, and then they delayed it, and they gave
kept
another
pushing it
date,
off,
and then you pushed it up, and that was it.
They should have said this a year and a half ago. That look, listen, it's not
Another-
going free to play. Just play Battle
Another-
Royale.
Surprising thing is like, why now? Why is it out now? As a full game.
I wonder if they're not carrying over Save the World to PS5. I wonder if Battle Royale and
Maybe it
Creative
could
are
be
the
a
only modes
PlayStation
going
5
to PS5.
related thing, and they're kind of setting up now. I could see that.
Like
Some
maybe
big game
they
shifting
just
thing.
don't. Maybe this is them bracing people that like Save the World. Be like, listen, this ain't coming over to PS5, so don't get invested. I think maybe that's what they're saying. I don't.
Okay.
That's completely speculation.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
why
know.
is Battle
Why
Royale?
Battle Royale?
Why is
out of
Battle
early
Royale
access?
early?
It's been out for 3 years. It came out in July 25th.
It's one of those
Battle
early
Royale
access-
took-
They
a
call it
little bit
early
longer,
access to cover themselves in case anything went haywire. That's what it
I know,
was.
but like,
Game's been out for 3
but
years.
still, what happened now that they don't need to cover
That
themselves?
was my
or-
question.
No,
Maybe
yeah,
an
but I don't know.
investor thing? I don't know.
It could be, yeah, maybe something related to PS5 also. like
Hey,
just
we're not
migrating
making
somewhere.
enough money. How about we just change the title real quick?
Yeah,
and,
maybe there's
the
something to
Holy
do with
Movie
like the
Park?
next gen consoles where like games can't come out in early access or something.
I don't know,
Something,
a
yeah.
couple years maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, this is weird. I always prefer them to go out of early access with. I thought it was gonna be a big event, so I thought they were gonna do a chapter 2. But either way, I don't really play much Fortnite. So moving on. Due to the number of players requesting access keys for game Mortal Shells, developer Cold Symmetry has decided to make it available for everyone. So this is that Dark Souls-esque game, Souls-like. Do we still call them that? If
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Like you take someone's body and you use them to fight. That's what I got from the trailers. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but
Give it a try, yeah. I mean, early access. Let us know what you think. And then last but not least, probably a more serious thing. You've probably been noticing a lot of I don't even know how to describe it, fucking hate towards Last of Us, of course, on the internet. And Laura Bailey and Neil Druckmann, essentially, or Neil Druckmann later, but Laura Bailey posted her death threat she was getting, started a little bit of a conversation on Twitter. I mean, if you're listening to this, I don't really need to say it. Fucking game voice actors first of all, game characters aren't real. So
Right.
Okay, I'm
start with
whatever.
that. Let's start surface level with that.
Yeah. So when shit happens that you don't like in a story, don't say people should die.
It's a
not
story.
nice. In a story, in a fucking fairy tale. And then Neil Druckmann posted his death threats, which had way more anti-Semitic remarks, which honestly I like, not because I'm a racist, because I am a Jew, and I like seeing that everyone is equally hated. So really ties us all together.
That's clearly sarcasm.
Which is not good.
If you're gonna hate on someone, you can't just be a homophobe. You can't be a trans. You got to be all of them. So it's good to see that those people.
Yeah, I mean, it was some pretty heinous shit said to both Laura and Neil. Like
Neil,
really, really just terrible, horrible shit. And it's so stupid. I don't know, man. I don't understand how anyone can like a video game so much that. I mean, it's like. I just don't. I just don't get it. I don't have words. I don't have the words to say. Like, how are you that upset about a fucking video game character that you're gonna go give death threats to the person who played the character that killed the character? Who can't? Like, I physically don't understand it.
It's insane because I understand being emotionally tied to characters. Like, that's why we love the characters we love. That's why we have a fucking PlayStation podcast. We are emotionally invested, but to just do it in such a incorrect way, I don't know, how could you justify attacks, like a death threat? It's bullshit. So I don't think that'll ever stop, but that's kind of an update on where we are there. Let's talk about the games coming out.
Just quick thing on that.
Yeah.
For people that are just, I don't get it neither. I think it's stupid. It's a story. If you don't like that story, you have the tools, you have a brain, you have a keyboard, you have a pencil. Create your own story.
Mm-hmm.
This is why, since the beginning, I'm like, why are people just being so negative? It's a story. Like, if you don't like it, go write one. Like, even when the game, like, even with the first one and the second one, obviously, but especially the second one, like, people are just hating it just to hate it. Because someone died in the story. It's like, if you're watching a TV show, or it's the same thing if you're watching a TV show or reading a book, they're telling you a story. Like, you could disagree or not, but it's a story. You don't have to go out there and be hateful for something that you didn't like in a story.
Dude, it's so funny.
It's not.
I tried making the comparison to Game of Thrones on Twitter. Like, if someone was, like, bitching about it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's almost as if Game of Thrones didn't do the same shit. And someone's like, yeah, and everyone agrees that the last season is terrible. And I'm like, no, dude. I'm talking about the fucking first season when they killed off the biggest named actor on the entire show before the end of the season. That's what I'm talking about, not the final season. Like, people are so stupid. Like, people didn't give fucking D.B. Weiss and fucking David Benioff death threats because they killed Sean Bean in the first season. Like, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. I can't comprehend it.
It's really this hive mind thing, because I don't think it's not individuals, like singularly beating a game and then pulling up the phone saying I hated it and then typing in at Neil Druckmann. It's this fucking like horde group mob of people that are just, I don't know, like in it for their own like satisfaction. Like I don't know. It's such a weird like fucking mindhunter shit, The brain of a troll, an internet troll.
Yeah, man. I'm like, I just don't get it, honestly, and it sucks for them, because I'm sure, like, in one way, like, you could see some like people are being positive towards them and like trying to support them, and like that's the minority, but it's still, I'm sure when you're reading it, it's still like in your head and like kind of messes you up.
Yeah.
Like, why am I even doing this? Like, why even like. Working on a video game? Why am I like trying to make stories? Why am I like voice acting if I'm just gonna get this? It's so dumb, man. Like, just grow up. Like, fuck.
Neil was saying on the Kind of Funny Spoilercast, he was like, I like how the conversation. I like when there's conversation around the games. I like that people disagree with the story things and actually talk about it. But death threats, insults, like you're just being stupid. Like how is that helpful to anything?
The funny thing is that if they had them in person, they wouldn't say anything. They were like, "Oh, hey, nice. Let me get an autograph. Let me take a picture. Let me, can you sign this and that?" It's just people just being assholes, just to be assholes, and fuck them. That's the only thing I gotta say.
Yep. It's a good ender on that. Fuck them. Moving on to the new releases this week. We don't have much. The drop is actually going to be taking a couple weeks off as per the drop a couple weeks ago.
Well, it's not even the
So maybe
drop
it's gonna
anymore,
come back.
right? It's a new format.
It's the new weekly releases for all regions. But I did go to GameFly, see some. There are some interesting games. I do always like when there's two of the same genre coming out. So this week on the 10th, we have F1 2020 and NASCAR Heat 5. I mean, it makes sense in the both companies probably looked at it and said, hey, this is a week for racers, I guess. I don't really know if this week has anything to do with racing. Maybe Talladega Nights or some shit. But pick up F1 2020 NASCAR Heat if you're into it, as well as Hunting Simulator 2. That's all for PS4. And actually, a sneak up next week, Rocket Arena is coming out on disc, on physical, on July 14th. Yeah, that is an EA Originals game that was like purchased by like another company that was early access a couple years ago. Rocket Arena. And then of course we have Ghost of Tsushima in 2 weeks, but we'll hype that up when we get closer.
When are the previews or the reviews coming out? The 14th, I think it is.
I think it's
That's a
the
good
Tuesday
question.
before. Yeah, usually it's the Tuesday
Yeah.
before.
Can't wait, man. I'm ready.
I said
just-
it last
Oh.
week too. I'm so excited. For
Yo, cuck us sideways. We didn't talk about this week's actual like biggest PlayStation release. Iron Man VR. So that came out this past Friday. We were talking about it, me and Anthony playing it. We did enjoy the demo. However, for me personally, it was a very wait and see game. The reviews have been not the greatest, kind of sevens, kind of, it's fun being Iron Man, but it's a little
Good game.
repetitive. Yeah,
The
it's
thing
a
is,
good
I'm
game, but-
waiting to buy both these VR games coming out, Star Wars Squadrons and Iron Man VR, until it gets colder, because I just can't play VR in the summer. I can't do it. That's
call.
my excuse for waiting. Is it's just too hot. I just can't do
It's a
it.
good excuse. But yeah,
It's
so the
too
Iron
hot.
Man.
I don't want to play.
Well, with
dude,
the
I
with the
can't
headset
imagine.
on, dude, I can't. Take
I
it.
know, dude. I'm messing with you.
Get fucking 5 ACs, go straight up naked.
Just put a couple fans around you, bro. Just fuck it. Let's do it.
Don't really sound like I'm flying around a jet plane as Iron
Hey,
Man.
there you go. See. Have one of those. Just, Because you can hear your PS4 like fucking your jet engine in the living room. I was gonna tell you like, don't wear headphones and just hear your jet engine.
Yeah, really.
Nice. Yeah, I mean the Metacritic for Iron Man VR 74.
Yeah, so it's good.
It's definitely good. Yeah, it's,
74
a
is
good
a
game.
good game.
it's not the Spider-Man, But
I
it's-
wonder
I think
why.
that's why everyone's
I
comparing
think-
Yeah, but
it to.
I think
Spider-Man
it's-
VR was terrible. So
Sorry,
VR,
it's
good.
not the Spider-Man consoles, but I think we got what you're saying.
I wonder because it seemed like the gameplay felt really good. I don't know.
Supposedly,
you guys can tell.
yeah, I was reading and watching some
It's
reviews.
more because of
Supposedly
like the story and maybe
the story is very
game?
boring and the missions are kind of samey, but
I don't
everyone's
really,
saying
really
that
care
it
about the
feels
story.
great.
Honestly, I just want to play as Iron Man.
Yeah,
Like I wouldn't be
So-
playing it for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause what you guys said and what I heard, like the demo, like just flying around as Iron Man, like it felt really, really good, right?
Yeah, it felt awesome. I was so I was smiling ear to ear playing the game. It was so fun.
So it feels just because the story's like, just like,
But isn't that the
and
problem
just
with most
nothing.
VR games though? Like that's why Half-Life
all of them,
Alex
bro.
was reviewed so well, is because it was such a good story game in VR. Whereas I feel like this game kind of seems like it's the game where it's like the point of playing it is because it's in VR, whereas Half-Life Alex was a game first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, just listen to this one sentence off the IGN review. While Tony Stark's story may not have grabbed my interest at all, flying around as his alter ego was a thrill, and its intuitive aerial combat stayed engaging even as mission and enemy variety thinned. So, if you're, yeah, I mean, I might
If
pick
you
up
want to play
eventually,
around, that's where you're gonna get it for.
but $40
Not bad.
PSVR. All right, I think that's about it from me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Kind of a, I was gonna say a short episode, but we've been going an hour. So,
Nice.
yeah, I mean, anything else we
Several
want to
months.
talk about? Is there anything coming this week that we'll look forward to next week? Ghost of Tsushima is still 2 weeks out, so or week. What was it? A week and a half? Like 2 weeks?
Week and a half.
Not this
mean,
coming
it's the
Friday. It'll be out the
full-
Friday following.
Yes.
So
week
that's
and
coming
a
out
half.
soon. I'm really excited for it. I'm like this was kind of like Red Dead for me, where I wasn't like really at all. Like I almost didn't even have any interest until like a month out, and then I got really, really excited for it.
You could take a day off for this or no?
I have the day off, but it's because I'm adding more stuff to my Pokemon tattoo too. Like, so I'm going to go to Best Buy, pick up my game, go to the tattoo shop, and then go back and play.
Nice. I'm probably just gonna get it from PlayStation.
The only reason I didn't get it digital is because it's like my second to last Gamers Club game.
This is what I'm waiting for to see if I'm gonna get it physically or not. The reviews. Honestly,
I think it'll be reviewed well. I think it'll at least be an 8.5.
8.5.
I think it'll probably be a 9, but at least an 8.5. Like in case something goes terribly wrong with this game, I think it'll lowest be an 8.5.
Do you guys think it's gonna be better than Days Gone then? Because
I think it'll review better than Days Gone.
Okay, better than Spider-Man.
I think it's also going to have more positive, as if it's worth anything, audience reviews and perception, just because it's coming off Last of Us, and online trolls are going to be like, oh, let's fucking upvote this on Metacritic just so we can make Last of Us even seem worse. So I think it's definitely going to come off.
I hope they don't do the opposite and just say we're going to bomb all of Sony's games.
Oh, that would suck.
I hope that's not the case.
Trolls are so inconsistent.
That's what Star Wars fans did to Solo. They took it out on the wrong movie. Just saying.
True.
Higher or lower than 87?
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna say higher.
Because that's where
I'm gonna say
Spider-Man is in meta.
Oh, that really? That's it. I thought Spider-Man was like a 9 out of 3 or something.
No.
I'm gonna say
Higher or lower?
I'll do the classic 1 point higher. I'll say 88.
I think it's gonna be lower. I think it's gonna be like around 84.
Okay.
Let me actually.
And I think it's just gonna be because it's too big.
Ooh, okay. Here's some interesting data. What is Sucker Punch's studio score? So their average career score of Metacritic's reviewed.
Sucker Punch? I'm gonna say like 81. So
yeah, very close. 82. Their highest Metascore is Sly 2 at 88, Band of Thieves, and the lowest is 73, Infamous First Light.
Which almost shouldn't even count because it's like a standalone DLC.
Infamous 1 also had 85, and Second Son was 80. Okay, so they have never broken the 90. Ghost of Tsushima, I think this is going to keep them under 90. I would say this is going to be an 89 game. Metacritic, sorry.
So you're going 89, I'll go 88.
Yeah,
I'm going 84.
I think people.
I'm hoping it's close to a 10, bro. Like I'm hoping it's like over 9. But I just feel that I think it's gonna be a little bit too big. I just think that. I hope not. Like I said, I hope it's like around story-wise like 20-25 hours, and then like there's collectibles, and that I think that'd be perfect. But I don't think that's gonna be the case.
Damn, that was their last game. Infamous First Light was the last game they released. So, which was their
they've been working with this game for a while already, huh?
6 years, that's insane. All right, let's wrap it up. Your boy has to evacuate his bowels.
What? You have to shit?
Yeah.
This has been PlayStation Best Friends Presents Faster Than Reloading episode 12. For any questions, comments, concerns, you can hit us up on Twitter at FTR_pod. You can also find myself at Anthony Palm, Miguel at DarkAngel1010_, and Jeff at Mr. Brawl 96. You can also find us on PlayStation. I am the only X188. That's ONE numbers 88. Miguel is DarkAngel1010 no underscore, and Jeff is Brawl 96 on PlayStation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, give us a 5-star review on your podcatcher of choice. That helps us get up the charts, gets more listeners, gets us kind of more stuff to do with the podcast. We would really appreciate that. You can also check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/fasterthanreloading, where you can see our weekly video versions of the podcast, which I've just started uploading after I think 3 episodes ago, maybe. And then other content we do on YouTube occasionally as well. Sometimes Miguel will have some hot takes. Sometimes Jeff will do Destiny tutorial videos.
Some hot takes that don't go over.
Yeah, like the video you
The
did.
Minecraft one. Get in the plano.
For some reason,
one was
one
in
guy
that.
got really mad at that one video and downvoted like the next 3 videos that had nothing to do with it for like just one downvote, and it was like immediately when the videos uploaded. It was so weird. But yeah, so check us out there.
They're
We'll
like
catch you-
Minecraft, dude.
Yeah, I gotta play more dungeons too. I haven't even touched it. It's fun.
game.
I gotta just play it more. That's the kind of game I think I'll just mellow out on the couch and fuck around with. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Catch you all next week.
Peace.
Peace.